only like 2 ways to go, or it could even... Maybe he's just standing around somewhere and I totally missed him. He's not that way, I guarantee it. Did I go this way yet? I thought I did. Oh, nope, I didn't go this way yet. It's not true. The reason why I hate roses is because I see my mother in roses. My mother never looked at me directly. It was as if she was hiding something from me. And she beat me up. Wow. Just not needed exposition about this character we don't care about. I didn't know what was going on and why she was doing it to me, but I remember at least one thing. There were always roses on the shelf behind my mother. Why did your mother leave you? Sorry, let's not talk about me anymore. It spoils our drinks. It spoils the game is what it does. I don't think so. It is okay to be this way. Life is not always happy. My mother never loved me. Adventure. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Like, she's an interesting character, but she came so late that I don't know, it annoys me whenever she talks about her story. I don't know why, it just does. Like, it's like she's this tack-on character that's like, my story is interesting, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't care about you. Yeah, she seems just a little forced, I don't know. Like, I'm not talking about her Dragoonness, I'm talking about her actual just character in general. Like, forget the fact that she's a Dragoon. Just her character alone, like, you meet everybody, you have all the Dragoons, everything seems fine, and then, like, Miranda just gets, like, tacked on, and she's like, look at me, I got beat up as a kid, I'm sad, and you should care about me, and I'm just kind of like, Listening to your story reminds me of my past, about your runaway daughter, right? You are so sharp that it hurts. I hate being roundabout. Oh, you guys are here. When are we leaving? Hashel has been drinking too much since we heard we are going to Rouge. That's right, drink a little more, and let's leave for Rouge at once. Of course, to save the world. Hashel's like a goofy drunk. Give me a drink too. May I join? I wanted to talk to you, Miranda. Same here. And again, I don't understand why she's the light Dragoon when she's so, like, I don't know, dark past. But I'm the light Dragoon. Like, Shauna fits perfectly in the light Dragoon role. Because she's, like, stereotypical princessy, pampered character. Miranda doesn't come off that way. It's not to say that the holy character can't have a bad past or anything, but it's just, after Shauna, Miranda's like so different, but they're the same Dragoon, like, doesn't make any sense. Hey, buddies! Karen was telling me about the teleporting device. It's not like back home. And when are we going? We already heard lots about it from Charlotte, and we found out where we should go. You are coming too? Of course! Without me, the strongest of all, you cannot save the world. Besides, I learned a lot following Dart. Everybody's the same, Gigantos, humans, and Winglies. And I can't stand the destruction of a world where everybody lives. I think for the first time, I agree with Meru. Is this the first time? Leave here tomorrow morning. By that time, I'll be prepared so that I can send you on the way that goes to the home of Gigantos from here. We can travel that far instantly? Then we might as well go directly to Rouge. Our power is becoming weaker day by day. That is our maximum power. I understand. She should have just been like, yeah, but for story's sake, we want you to go to Gigantos first and then go to Rouge. If you go to Rouge, that skips Gigantos world, and you need, we gotta extend this game a little more. Just trust me on this one. Take a boat to Rouge. It should have been prepared in the Twin Castle a short while ago. Was there a dock in that castle? I asked King Zior and had him make one especially. I'm surprised that he listened to a Wingly. There are no humans or Winglies when it comes to the end of the world. You don't need to thank us now. It is not too much to say that the mission of the city is to send you off. Yes, and this is one way the city has been looking after the world. Let's go back to Charlotte. She must have prepared the bedrooms for us. This game has a really heavy, kind of like discriminatory theme to it, where like, you know, everyone's discriminated against, but when push comes to shove, everyone comes together. It's kind of cool. Oh, there's a chest here. I don't know. I've started to like Meru a little more. Like, I don't really like Meru, but I don't hate her. You know? At one point I kinda like hated her, now she's kinda like she doesn't annoy me as much. The game's having a midlife crisis. Brigade's out for us. Charlotte, what is this? Oh, naive boy. Don't you understand? It's a send-off for great heroes. You shouldn't have. Don't be so shy. This is a cool, it's a cool difference between when we go to the first Wingley town and they hate us, and then now where they're sending us off. It's kind of cool. Rosie, honey, you have been doing really great. Since the soul of the Virage embryo, the god of destruction, was released, you have saved the world, let me see, at least 107 times. Really? After even being called a black monster? Stop it, the monster has died. Ziggy is serious, and he has everything to give birth to the god of destruction. Only Dragoons can stop him. I wonder what creator Soa is thinking, like destruction or regeneration. I wonder why he wants us to go through such a painful thingy. She is a character. We will change fate. Everybody must survive, okay? Now go. Zeke won't wait for us. Right. I like how we got teleported, but we're just still right here. We could just go right back in. What would happen? What would happen if we just walked back in? We come back, they're like, what are you doing here? We just used all of our power to teleport you away, and now you're just back. We can't do it again. You're screwed. You just ruined the whole game. Did I disappear back on the teleporter? That's actually hilarious. Yeah. She should be like, what are you doing? You've made a terrible mistake. Giant face. Home of Gigantos. It was linked to here. It's been a while. Karen and Gigantos were pals for a long time. Of course, it was when they were still some Gigantos left. There were nice Wingleys like Charlet. They weren't all brutal people, unlike the legend tells. You mean like the legend tells? We have to rewrite the book in the National Library. Yes, correct knowledge brings correct conduct. That's after this journey has ended. Let's go see King Zior. We have to head to Rouge on the Queen Fury. So, we're going this way, right? because we gotta go backwards. I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we took the ship here last time. Yeah. We're pretty much going backwards through Disc 2 right now. Disc 2, I think? Are these new enemies, or are they the old enemies? Are they gonna get wrecked?
Rod Typhoon!
Rod Typhoon. Oh, yep, they got wrecked. Also, we get to see Rouge's ultimate.
Die. Demon Scouts.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. Also did it on my first try, so I'm the best ever. I told you, midlife crisis. Us going back through Disc 2 is just like, you know, Dad buying that convertible. It was a mid-disc crisis. Yeah, it's pretty cool though, to travel back. I said there was like barely any returning in this game, but there is this. I can't believe we have to go back through the friggin' Valley of Gravity though. Is there even anything new here, or are we literally just walking backwards through an area we've already been in, fighting the same enemies we already fought? Because that's kind of lame. I don't know though. It's kind of a cool, like, build up to the end of the game. We're seeing the levels of past. Because the devs hate you and want you to have to do this crap again. I guess so. I remember how to get back though, I think. I think if I go this way, I end up back. Actually, I don't think this is right. This is going to a chest, I think. Yeah. It's kind of neat because right before the crazy end of the game, we're kind of like reliving the past areas we've been in. But it's kind of lame that they don't at least put some like on-level enemies here. Isn't there supposed to be a... I don't remember this guy. Is this guy on level? No, I don't think he is.
Yes!
Wow, I'm the worst.
Rod Typhoon!
Oh boy, addition grinding, my favorite. So I think I went the wrong way. I'm supposed to go the other way. Oh god, really? I love this area. It's the best. Gotta love the Valley of Corrupted Gravity. Is there another platform that comes here? Oh, wait. Just take that left one, I think. Yeah. That's an eagle. Wait, why is Albert... Whoa, our characters got all mixed around. I don't like it.
Die.
I like how Rose says die in, like, literally all of her editions.
Yes. Go. 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 Moon strike.
And Dark Rose, wrong! In, like, every one of his editions.
Rod Typhoon.
Ba, 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 ba. No, I don't want Downburst. I'm all good. I should have bought that 4 gold friggin' item. Alright, there we go. Has anyone ever seen cosplay of these characters? No. I don't know if it's popular enough for cosplay. I mean, this game was pretty popular, but... How does this game compare to Final Fantasy VII? What do you mean? I can't just compare it to Final Fantasy VII. They're 2 completely different games. But if you give me like a subsection like the graphics or the gameplay or the characters or the plot.
Die.
Oh, wait, I thought somebody said you couldn't get a counter during an ultimate, or does that just darts?
Rod Typhoon.
How does it compare? They're both not getting a remake. You're curious about my opinion of the difference in gameplay? So the difference in gameplay between this and Final Fantasy VII.
Rod Typhoon.
Wait, I gotta see this. I gotta see this Rose cosplay. Wow, that is really good. Like, she actually worked on that a lot, it looks like. That's cool. You know, I said that there's probably no cosplay, but I'm an idiot, because everything has cosplay. Like, every video game ever, someone's freaking cosplayed it. Because every game ever, there's someone who thinks it's the best thing. So, you know. So, anyways, in comparison of gameplay, well, let's see. I would say that both games are pretty similar in terms of bosses and regular battles. It's about the same amount of regular battles, about the same amount of bosses.
Rod Typhoon.
The bosses in this game tend to be gimmicky. In Final Fantasy VII, not so much. Some of them are gimmicky, but a lot of them are just, you know, difficult battles with maybe the boss itself has some like cool attacks, but the battle isn't really gimmicky. When it comes to random battles are a lot more entertaining in this game, I think. The enemies are actually pretty difficult. You don't get very much chance to heal. You have a limited amount of item spots, so you don't really want to like blow potions and stuff. So random battles tend to be a little more serious in this game. In Final Fantasy VII, random battles are just what you do on the way to the next boss. They're usually not that big of a problem, and you can usually just heal up all the time. Final Fantasy VII has the materia system, which levels up on its own, and characters that level up on their own. But Legend of Dragoon has characters that level up on their own, and then additions that level up on their own. So, in that sense, they both have kind of 2 things that are gaining experience at all times. The random battles in Legend of Dragoon are a little more entertaining as well because you get to do additions, whereas in Final Fantasy VII, most of the time you're just attacking your way through everything. So that's kind of nice. Final Fantasy VII has a lot more side questy stuff and a lot more like mini games, gimmicky stuff. This game not so much. There was like the festival with the mini games that were straight up impossible, and that was about it. I know there's some side questy stuff I'm missing out on, but from what I've heard, there aren't really that many. There's like the Stardust thing. I think there's one side quest that I probably missed. And then I'm not sure what else. There was the side quest where you fight that suit of armor, but that was like a 2-minute side quest. You don't really get free reign of the world map, so it's not like Final Fantasy VII where there's all these hidden things on the world map to do. In this game, you're mostly just going through the story. So, yeah, I would say that Final Fantasy VII definitely is more expansive. It's also longer. This game looks like it's going to top out at about 40 hours. Final Fantasy VII first playthrough is normally a little longer. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like in particular that's like bad about either game that I can point out, though. Long time no see, folks. You are free to come and go as you wish. Feels good, man. Came here the first time, we had to bamboozle that guard. Now they all love us. Oh, Albert's got to get his lovin' on. Dart, I have been waiting for you. What is this? We are seeing you off. We received a messenger from Charlotte. Her name was Karen. Everything is ready for going to Rouge. The world must not be destroyed. Even if it was the intention of the Creator, we are still alive and living. I beg of you, please save the world. Commodore Pueller is waiting for you in the basement to carry our hope. It's pretty cool. Ooh, the ladies. So long. It's cool that the first time through we're like, you know, dodging the guards and everything, and now we're like the carrier of their hope and they're seeing us off. It's cool. What's better overall? That would be a hard thing to say. It's really up to your own. Can we go to Velweb now? Can we walk all the way to Velweb? Or should I do that later? You can now, but there will be an easier way to go back. Alright, we'll just go back later then. Where's the basement? Here. It would be hard to tell you, like, what's better, Final Fantasy VII or this game. Because it's really all your opinion, you know. I could say that Final Fantasy VII has more content, and in general is like a more expansive game with a deeper plot and everything. But Final Fantasy VII is also an incredibly broken game. So, you know, and I think you could really attach yourself a lot to this game if it was one of the first RPGs you played. So, you know, if you told me, like, you know, Legend of Dragoon is better, or I like Legend of Dragoon better than Final Fantasy VII, I wouldn't be surprised. If it's so similar, why is Final Fantasy VII considered one of the greatest and this game is a lesser unknown game? Just because that's the way the dominoes fell. Final Fantasy VII got all the Final Fantasy games were extremely popular when they came out. They were really innovative for the time, and certain games like this were under the radar. I wouldn't say this game is that under the radar though. Just because you haven't heard of it doesn't mean that it's unknown. A lot of people know about this game. When I started this Let's Play, a ton of people were like, "Holy cow, Legend of Dragoon!" I played that as a kid. You know, I knew it was a thing back in the day. Most of my friends knew it was a thing back in the day. This is not necessarily a super unknown game. I would say Legend of Legaia is much more under the radar than this. And there's many other RPGs that you probably have never even heard of that are also great. Yeah, and this game also came out a lot later than Final Fantasy VII. This came out like at the end of the lifespan of the PS1. So, but yeah, Final Fantasy has always been the most popular RPG on its console, so you know, it's not surprising. Also, bigger company, you know, Square was at the top of their game when Final Fantasy VII came out. So, oh, you are here. What's up, Drake? Drake LSL. Couldn't tell if it was an I or an O. How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. Also, I thought someone else said hi. Wait a second. I didn't say hi to Amaran though. How's it going, man? What do I think of Chrono Trigger? I have not played it, surprisingly. I know. Collective gasp in the chat. I grew up, and unfortunately, my family had to skip the SNES. We had an NES growing up, and we had my brother, stepbrother, had a Genesis. So we played the NES and the Genesis for a long time, and at the time, my family didn't have much money, so we didn't like go out and buy an SNES. And then later, for my birthday, a couple years later, my father bought me a PS1, and I fell in love with the PS1. When I was a kid, I liked the NES, I liked the Genesis, but it was more of something that I played with friends or played with my dad. It wasn't something that I did like every day as a hobby. When my dad bought me a PS1 for my birthday, I got Final Fantasy VII and a few other random PS1 games like Destruction Derby. Later I got Monster Rancher, but when I first got my PS1 on my birthday, I had Final Fantasy VII. I popped that game in, and it changed my life forever. I turned into a gamer at that moment when I played Final Fantasy VII for the first time on PS1. But I had never owned an SNES, and I never had a reason to go buy an SNES because I had a PS1. So I missed out on all of the classic SNES RPG games. I missed out on Super Mario RPG. I missed out on Final Fantasy III, which is actually Final Fantasy VI. I missed out on Chrono Trigger. I missed out on all these amazing RPGs. And one day, I need to go back and play them. And I own all the Final Fantasies on their PS1 releases, including Chrono Trigger. And one day we'll play them on stream, but we haven't gotten the chance to yet. It was actually on the vote, and this game won over Chrono Trigger, surprisingly. That gives you an idea of how much people love this game, is that it beat Chrono Trigger in our vote, which had over 100 votes, I think. More people wanted to see this game than Chrono Trigger, so that gives you an idea of how much people like this game, and how, you know, even though it was a little under the radar, there's still a huge fan base for this game. Everybody looks confident. Although you are going to an unknown land, there is no hesitation or wavering. A man of the sea isn't bothered by those little details. Actually, it's my home village. Anyway, we are ready to go. He just like ignored Haschel. We absolutely have to stop the crazy conspiracy to annihilate the world. However, we should never give up rescuing our loved ones either. Let us be going, Dart. The ocean awaits you. I love Bueller, dude. He's crazy. The Commodore makes it sound simple, but I assume that this time it will be a long journey, won't it? Yes. Then, I think you'd better get what you need from the city and come back. We're good to go, don't worry about it. Thank you. It's okay, I'm happy to help you, Dark. Besides, please rescue Shauna. We give you our promise. Of course we will. I mean, unless we have to kill her, but we won't tell you that. I'll be waiting for you on the boat. Pueller is a man of the sea. He is, man. No, I've never played Chrono Cross because it comes after Chrono Trigger, and I haven't played Chrono Trigger, so. But I do own it. I think I own Chrono Cross. Wait, do I own Chrono Cross? I don't think I do. Because it's not part of the Final Fantasy remasters, or reports on PS1. I don't think. I don't know if I own Chrono Cross. I'm waiting for you. Are you ready? Oh, we ready, alright. Yes, we are. Now we are leaving! Yeah, you're right. Chrono Cross just released on PS1 in the first place, so... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. I'd have to go purchase it. But why would I purchase it when I haven't even played Chrono Trigger yet, you know? I'll purchase it after I play Chrono Trigger. We might get to play Chrono Trigger here soon, because after Legend of Dragoon, we're going to do another Final Fantasy VII playthrough at some point. Oh wow, this is one of those Rainbow Bird things that you're supposed to do something with. How do I kill these things? Items or something? What's the magical formula to kill these things? Do I throw a sachet at it? If you throw a sachet on it, it will die instantly. That's the easy way. That's it. Correct. That 10 damage though. So what does that get me? Oh, 3,000 experience. That's a lot. That's like almost, that's like a level and a half. Jeez. That was dope. What's up, Spirit? Your favorite RPG is Dragon Quest VIII? That's cool. Why not? I have 2 sachets. Let's just do it. I'm not using them for anything else. We have played Mystic Quest on stream, actually. We beat the whole game on stream. It was really cool. Stupendous Jimbo, if you know him, he donated the game. And we played it. And normally when someone donates a game to the stream, we play it during one of our fan request days. But I liked it so much that I was like, and it's a pretty short game, so we were just like, you know what, let's just beat it. It was pretty fun. You have to confuse it? Yeah, that's annoying. I would never figure that out. But yeah, there's a lot of old RPGs that I have not played, and I'm hoping that in this Let's Play series we can play a lot of them. I think my goal is to like play Legend of Dragoon and then do a Final Fantasy VII challenge, and then play Chrono Trigger and then play a Final Fantasy VII challenge, and then play, you know, Chrono Cross or Dragon Quest, like, you know, all these old RPGs that I never got a chance to play. You know, off and on we can play them. That would be really great. It's been a long time. I wonder if anyone remembers me. Huh, Hashel? Yeah, I think they remember you. Yeah, it's me. Well, it's been maybe 20 years. You've been gone for such a long time. How have you been? I was looking for my runaway daughter, but I gave up on it. Claire, huh? I feel sorry to hear that. And who are all these people? Are they your new pupils? No, they are my friends. I'd like for you to get to know them. But we don't have time now. I have something important to talk to you about. Alright, come up, I'll listen to you. Come on, get over, the floor is gonna give way. The SNES was truly the, I don't know what to call it. I normally call the early days of the PS1, the golden era of RPGs, because you know, Legend of Legaia, Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy VIII, even if you could stretch it, Final Fantasy IX. But the PS1, the early days of the PS1 was really when everybody was jumping on the RPG bandwagon and trying to make like the best RPG. But if I call the PS1 era the golden age of RPGs, then I think I have to call the end of the SNES era the diamond age of, or something else, you know what I mean? Because the true beginnings of the greatest RPGs ever made was the SNES. Super Mario RPG, Final Fantasy 3/6, you know, Chrono Trigger, the list goes on, there's a ton of them. They're all of the greatest RPGs at a time when RPGs, you know, everyone was still experimenting with games. Like, that was just so dominant. So many amazing RPGs were made during that time. So I know there's more that I'm not thinking of at the moment, but a ton of great ones. Hasn't changed a bit, huh? No kidding, this village is forgotten. We rarely have visitors from the continent. All we do is fish and sleep, fish and sleep. Practice and sleep, and practice and sleep. That's about it. Nothing has changed since Hashel left the village. Say, what's cooking? You came all the way here. Must be something important, huh? Yup, to be honest, we are looking for the way to the ancient cities. Ancient cities? What the heck are they? Those were towns where the long-gone Wingleys lived. Do you know anything about them? Wingleys? What on earth are they? You lost me. You couldn't know. Let me explain. Wow. Could you imagine explaining all the crap that we've learned over the entire course of the game to somebody who has no idea what a Wingley is? They'd be like, what the heck are you talking about? There's Xeno's Saga and there's Xenogears as well on the PS1. Back when game companies actually cared about their games and not just rolling in the money. Amen, brother. Even Squaresoft was the same way. As I said in my video, back in the day when Squaresoft would look at everyone else making fighting games and, you know, MMOs and everything, and Squaresoft was like, yeah, let's just drop this golden egg of Final Fantasy VII. And then everyone's like, oh, well, what about racing games, or, you know, sports games, or shooting games? And they're like, yeah, we'll just drop this golden egg, Final Fantasy VIII. Well, what about, well, all the online is starting to get popular. Maybe we could do this and that. Final Fantasy IX. Oh, well, the PS2's out now. With the PS2, you gotta do super graphics and have shooter games and all this, you know, important stuff. And they're like, yeah, we'll just drop Final Fantasy X, best thing ever. Although that was technically Square Enix, but... And then it all went downhill from there. A world crisis? That's a pretty awful thing then. Yeah, that's not very good. That's why we're here in a hurry. Are there any old ruins around here? Things that humans couldn't make? How about this? There's a stick rising out of the sea. Could it be related? Wow. Like, are there any ancient cities, ancient magical powers, crazy things that humans could never make? Well, I saw this stick. Oh, that thing in the sea. Indeed, humans couldn't have made it. Where is that? It's in the middle of the sea, but you can't get close by boat because there's an awful whirlpool. But you can see it clearly from the cliff top. Well, it suddenly came up, so you wouldn't have known about it. Shall we try? Hope it's the one you folks want to go to. They're so nice. They're like, I hope we helped you. We have no idea what's going on, but we hope we've helped. You wonder if 10-2 is the turning point? More than likely. 10-2 is when Square Enix realized they could milk Final Fantasy, and from then on it was just a milking machine. Sorry, Lil, I tried my best, but... Martel? What are you doing here? Oh, it's you folks. Did you come all the way here for sightseeing? Then there's nothing you can see here. The girl, is she sick? Yes, she won't be long, Doc says. Rip. My daughter took ill a year ago, and since then has been sleeping in pain. Oh. Wait, why do you say that twice? What? He said that twice. I don't know why he said it twice. I see. The reason why you were looking for Stardust was for this girl, Martel. Or this girl, Martel. Stardust. Isn't it the wish stone that if you collect them all, your dream comes true? Yes, but with only those I got from you, it ain't enough. I searched everywhere until Lil's final moment, but... Rip. I like how they put that there, though. It gives you the inclination that you should play the game again and get the Stardust. Instead of just having, like, this weird item that does nothing and you just don't even understand it, this, like, actually really tells you, like, hey, you should play the game again and get the Stardust. Which is cool. War God's Calling. Wait, isn't that like super item? Or is that like the crappier version? Yeah, that's the half damage version. That thing was still like super expensive though, and I just picked it up for nothing. So, I want to go this way, maybe. Said the mountaintop, so I'm guessing I gotta leave the village. This place is so peaceful. I can carry 32 items. But yeah. You can carry 32 items, but you can carry like a million weapons. That must be what the mayor was talking about. He called that a stick? There was no stick 20 years ago when I was here. There's still no stick. That is not a stick. It's huge and more like a tower than a stick. Thank you, Mayor. This structure could never be made by human technology. Rose, do you know anything about it? You were there once, weren't you? That's right, Rose is one of the Dragoons who liberated humans. Don't you remember anything? Charlie said the Signet Spheres remain in the Magic City Aglis, the Death City Mayfill, and the Lost City Xenobatos. If I remember correctly, there was only the magical city Aglis in this region of the sea. Charlene must have made us come here because she thinks Zeke will go after the Signet Sphere of Aglis first. Rose, a question please. What the heck is the Lost City or whatever they call it? What do they mean? I was thinking about that too. The Crystal Palace was called the Birth City too. Birth City Crystal Palace was the city where babies were selected to be born. Select babies? Those with weak magic power weren't allowed to be born. That's awful. And the Death City Mayfill was where the souls of the dead were sent to an infernal world. Wingley's in the past had even their destination after death decided for them. You want to know anything else? It was the capital of the Wingley world dominated by Melbu Frama. It was the center of politics and the military. That's why it was so damaged. That's the reason why it is the Forbidden Land now. I already told you, you are hopeless. I thought you were going to tell me more. That city Mayfill. Don't make me say it again. The Lost City Xenobatos was the city where Wingley laws were made. Publicly, they claimed it was for justice, but in reality, they were laws to judge other species. Also, trials and executions were carried out in Xenobatos. I can easily imagine what kind of trials there were. Gives me the creeps. The magical city Aglis was the city where magic was studied. It was astonishing that even though they were... Say that again. It is astonishing that even though they had much more magic than now, they still studied it so deeply? It would never happen now. You are carefree, Meru. You really know this stuff. If it is Aglis, how can we approach it? We gotta hurry or Zeke will get there first. Well, we cannot go by boat. We gotta find some other way. Y there. Yeah, no, it does make sense that you would have an item limit, but not an armor limit. But it's just funny to think about, like, realistically, that they're carrying around, like, all these swords and shields and suits of armor, but they can only hold, like, 32 little healing potions. That was the Mirror City? Interesting. What's wrong, Rose? We were being watched by somebody. Being watched. What's going on? The sea is splitting. Let's go. Wait, so are the Winglies doing this for us? What is that? The Magical City Aglis revealed itself. Hashel, is that what you were looking for? It seems like it. Thank God that it found us. Now we can go in before Z. Let's go. Wingley's pride. Thanks for the bits. How do we get down there? What's up, Big Red? Is it this one? How do I get me down that ladder? I don't think this is the right way. I think I can get this chest down here now. Yeah. Satori vest. What is that? Who can equip this thing? Oh, maybe Hashel. Wow, that is incredibly good. Do the thing, Hashel. Is the bit boss broken? It looks right. Looks right to me. Maybe this one. Just goes back down here. There's a weapon seller here. That doesn't really help too much, does it? Am I supposed to go back to where the boat was? Over here? Yeah. No kidding, you folks are gonna put to sea, aren't you? We are going to go. Don't you know what's going on? The sea's split and weird stuff appeared. That's why we are here. You folks are insane! I'm glad somebody's like, wait, you're nuts. What are you, crazy? Oh my god. There is a road formed on the bottom of the sea. It's true. If we take a boat, we can walk from midway. There's no need to hesitate. Let's go into Aglis. Awesome. What's going on here? Magic. Somebody's supporting this with magic. It seems we are invited. It's convenient for us. We have no reason to say no. This door is not locked either. Dart, you go ahead and open it. Zeke will come here to destroy the Signet Sphere. We will have to finally settle things, so I want you to open the first door. You know, I'll do what I want. This is the bottom of the sea. What a great view. It's worth waiting a long... Don't forget we're invited by somebody. Otherwise this will be the last view we see. Ash was like, but I wanted to look at it. It's pretty. But it's incredible magic creating this much space in the water. The city originally was not in such a suffocating place. All the Wingley cities used to float in the air, so it was easier to control the creatures below. And that's how it was until we shot them down. With my dad. Yes, Zeke and me, and 5 other Dragoons together. 11,000 years ago, the years passed since then, and now we are here. Being here to protect the Signet Sphere. It feels strange to me. What's going on? Sea closed. What? They don't want us to go back. They're playing hardball with us. I like how matter-of-fact Congo was. Sea closed. Under the sea, under the sea. Is that an alien? What's this? Ruff has been here in here forever. Ruff? I only know the view and sound in here, Ruff. It doesn't seem to be harmful. It's Ruff, Ruff. Ruff doesn't want to say anything, but it's a message so that it's Ruff, Ruff. Welcome to the 7 heroes fated to be here. In Rose, these thousands of years I have waited were neither as long as eternity nor as short as a mere twinkle of a star. People who confront their fate with courage. I forgot the rest. How do you know my name? Whose message is this? Ruff only knows what Ruff hears, Ruff. Ruff doesn't know anything else, Ruff. Are you on Zeke's side? Answer me, or I'm gonna mess you up. Mess you up? Ruff has never seen it and doesn't know, Ruff. Show it to Ruff. It should be some rough stuff, Ruff. Hey Miranda, this baby didn't do anything. Sorry we scared you. Oh, this baby's made by magic. By magic? There wasn't even such technology during the Dragon campaign. You gotta believe this, because it's right in front of our eyes. But this baby's totally cute. Ruff is cute? Then you are all not cute, Ruff, but Rose is exception, Ruff. If you're gonna treat me as an exception, why don't you take me to the Signet Sphere? It's your own challenge to go by yourself, Ruff. All is for the sake of the psychedelic bomb and moot. Ruff? Ruff is going, Ruff. It's rough, Ruff. Well, we gotta go anyway. That was... alright. It doesn't open. Ew, burnout. It's like first item you get. Gushing magma. Is it trying to tell me I need some fire things? feel like I should go back. See what's in that other one. You're regretting starting Chain of Memories? Why? I like Chain of Memories a lot. Just don't platinum it, it's terrible. Also, new battle music for this area. Well, it's old battle music, but it's different from the normal battle music.
Die.
Really, I missed all. That's rough.
Rod Typhoon!
Yes! Go! Go!
Moon
Strike! Part of me wants to switch out Rose because I have her ultimate thing now.
Die.
But I kind of like this setup I got going. I might just keep this for the rest of the game.
Rod Typhoon!
Yeah, I guess it's just all the Wingley cities that have the specific new music. It's kind of cool though. Like I said, I really like when games throw in extra battle music because no one wants to listen to the same exact battle music throughout the whole game. The change is always nice. Even if it's only just for a short time. Sorry, phew. We are busy preparing the psychedelic bomb in Moot. Phew. Sorry, phew. It's all in the message by Ruff. Disturbing our work is too rough, Ruff. It's been a while since I last came here. Don't you think you should be nice to me and tell me more? Ruff has nothing to tell you, Ruff. Ruff has something else to do, Ruff. Sorry, Phew. We are magic creatures, Phew. We have different roles, Phew. What are you doing here? Preparing the psychedelic bomb in Moot, Phew. You can complete it, Phew. You can become the source of power, Phew. Sorry, Phew. He is coming, Phew. I have to make it in time, Phew. Remember your courage, Phew. He? Let's go. They irritate me. The combat system of Chain of Memories is pretty hard to get used to, and some people just never get used to it. But if you can get used to it, it's a fun game. I like it. The only issue I have with Chain of Memories is I feel like this is the way I'm supposed to go, so I want to go back and see if I can get some chests. The only thing that I hate about Chain of Memories battle system is zero cards. Zero cards kind of ruin the whole battle system. Because the battle system is based on... Wait. The battle system is based on having better cards than your opponent. And if your opponent throws a 9, then you can throw a 0 to break it. So that there's never like a card that can't be broken. Which makes sense. But what's frustrating about the game is if your opponent throws a 0, no matter what you threw, you're going to get hit. And that gets really frustrating because in video games, you want to have the feeling that you can dodge everything if played perfectly. And you don't get that feeling in Chain of Memories. You get this feeling that no matter what you do, you're going to get hit if they throw a 0. And that's just bad game design. A good game allows you to get through the entire game hitless if you're perfect. If you get hit, it's because you made a mistake, not because the game just decided you got hit. And you don't get that feeling with Chain of Memories. With Chain of Memories, you could be doing perfect and then they just throw a 0 and hit you anyways, because that's how zeros work. So, that gets a little frustrating, especially if you're someone that likes games like God of War or Devil May Cry, where it's all about blocking and being perfect and understanding what your enemies do in order to get through a fight without getting hit. You don't get the same feeling out of Chain of Memories. Out of Chain of Memories, it's all about figuring out the gimmick to the fight and just getting it over with before they overwhelm you with cards. So, it can be a little frustrating in that sense. I love playing games like God of War where if I play it perfectly 100%, I never get hit. If I start a battle and I block every attack and dodge every unblockable attack and kill the enemies perfectly, I get out of that battle with the same amount of health as I started it with, and it feels really good. Chain of Memories, not so much. Chain of Memories, you could be playing perfect, and then there's like 0, and smack you, and it's annoying. How long to max out? Well, I should be close. Actually, no, I'm level 2. I still got a ways to go. I'm about halfway done. Because 3 more and I get to level 3, so about halfway done. I only have 1 experience in Demon's Dance. I am the worst. Albert's almost at his ultimate as well. He's gonna get it just before Dark does. Oh, I gotta throw away some items. But yeah, that's the only frustration with Chain of Memories. Other than that, I really enjoy the game. But like I said, don't platinum it. You will hate your life. Let's do... Platinuming Chain of Memories is a complete waste of time. You have to get level 99 with every character. Well, you have to get level 99 with Sora and level 99 with Riku, which with Riku, it's a complete nonsense voyage. You start, like, 3-shotting things at level 40, and it forces you to get all the way to level 99 just for the sake of doing it. The game has no super boss, so there's no reason to get anywhere above level 40. In Sora's, you have to collect every card and all the enemy cards, which takes forever. And again, there's no reason to do so. There's no super boss. Most of the enemy cards aren't really useful, but you have to get every single one for the platinum. And the drop rates are actually horrendous. It's about 2%. You have to fight random battles until you get the right enemy, kill that enemy last, and there's a 0.2% chance that or 2% chance that it drops. And there's no way to increase that chance. It's not like, you know, every other good RPG where there's like an item that gives you a better chance to drop things. There's no way to increase the chance. It's always 2%. So it's poopy. It's just no fun. It's one of the worst grinds I've ever done because there's no reason to even do it. Raises maximum MP by 50%. That's pretty cool. I think everybody's helmets are better though. Actually, wow. This gives you... Wow. See, the dragon helmet is too freaking good though. Which I think is what Albert has too. No, he has the Phoenix Bow. But I kind of want to give it to Rouge because she has the best magical attack, and this increases it by even more. So rip her hairband. Unfortunately, she doesn't avoid instant death anymore. So I might need to give somebody a talisman if I run into an auto-kill enemy. Yeah, man, Rouge can use magic for days now. It's pretty cool. If you're just playing Chain of Memories for the story, it's a good game. I've enjoyed it a lot.
Die. Demons dance.
Demons dance.
Yes! Go!
Rod Typhoon!
While giving Dart Magical Hat and Rose Dragon Helm, the Dragon Helm. That might be a good idea because Rose has so little HP.
Die.
I might try that. like giving Rose giving Rose all the magic attack stuff though, because then I can use the healing move and just like heal the party over and over, which sounds pretty dope. As long as she doesn't die before then. I'll keep it for now, but if I get into a fight where Rose is just dying constantly, then maybe I'll give her the Dragon Elf.